You can get them, you can see them. They are well known all over the world. Today is Friday. A lot of people, a lot of us, let's say all of us, one way or the other, we are heading home preparing for the night, for the show, for, what I'm trying to say. Everybody going for night things, enjoyment, to meet with friends, clubbing, having nice time with friends. Tomorrow is going to be Saturday. Probably it's going to be a time for some people to rest their head, the rest for the week, and it's going to be it could probably be another time for another people or some set of people to still go to work. Thank God this Friday is not a good day for them anyway. Let me just put it that way. I know you understand. I know a lot of them, they understood what I'm saying right now. This is Irukka Sound Clinic. Irukka is sponsored by Irukka. Irukka Sound Clinic is sponsored by the Irukka Online Limited, the sole distributor of a major brand in Nigeria, especially the one we deal with. They are the one that sponsor this program. And what this program is all about is we talk about audios, get people enlightened about our brands, the brands we sell. We get people to understand what they need to know about our brands. And these our brand are not just ordinary brand, they are brands that has a global recognition. Now, I want to talk about a particular thing. On Friday, I used to talk about more about what we do, like a particular, especially our brand. We talk about them in detail, so that in case you want to choose your microphone, you want to choose your speaker, you want to choose your amplifier, you will actually know what you are selecting. You understand? So that is why this show is happening today on Friday. Monday, we talk about our brand in general. Wednesday, we talk about problem people face with the audio so that we can give professional advice. Then on Friday, we talk in details, what we do. Talk about speaker specification in details, talk about gadget specification in details, so that for whoever that wants to make a purchase, we know what they are buying. And that is what we are going to be dealing with this evening. But before I start, I would like to go for a little bit commercial, and I will be back shortly.
Are you aware that Irukka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.irukka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Irukka, never settle for less.
Yes, don't settle for less. Now, like I said the other time that I want to talk about the particular brand. I've spoke about it before, and I want to do the same thing, but this time around is on their speakers. That's the Wafday Pro speakers. A lot of us don't really know what these speakers does. They just think you just buy one and it gives you optimum satisfaction irrespective of your room or your hall, your event hall, or your auditorium. Yeah, a lot of these speakers are well designed. They are well designed, and they actually have their purposes or their purpose. Let me just put it that way. Their purpose. You don't use a Benz, or should I use? You don't use a bike to do the work of a Benz. You don't use the work of a Benz, a car, to do the work of a truck. You know what I'm trying to say? I'll just put it that way. So all this, so as well as all these speakers are designed for specific purpose. Because if speaker looks pretty and looks big as usual, then definitely you should be able to serve a purpose that is not supposed to. That's what this particular show this evening is going to be dealing with right now. Now, this is Irukka Sound Clinic, and we're talking about WAVDEO speakers right now. Are your pastors far and near? A sound engineer, upcoming, and probably you've been doing sound engineering. You've not actually been trained specifically on how to, or on, let me just put it away. You have not been trained to become a sound engineer per se. This show is actually for you. I'm not doing training here. I'm just doing a kind of enlightenment, and just to get you understand some things, basic things that need to be done when selecting audio gadget or mixing audio gadgets together. Now, one of the written, if you don't forget, or if in case you're listening to this show for the first time, I always talk about ratings. It is so imperative that you understand what the ratings is, and the importance of ratings, gadget ratings when it comes to audio specifically, because these ratings are super important. If you don't understand this rating, my brother, don't go and do sound. Don't go and blow up equipment. I can tell you for free. Don't go and blow up equipment. You know what I'm saying right now? So, now that we are here, WAVDEO comes with different series of speakers. We have the EVP, we have the EVOX, we have the Impact, we have the Reason, we have Delta, we have Focus, then we have the WLA, we have Titans. All these speakers are good for their field or for their purposes. Now, I don't think I'm going to talk about all of them in details, but I'll just pick probably 3 or 4 of them to quickly talk to say one or two things about them. Now, I'll start from the least down to the premium speakers from WAVDEO. Now, one of the least I'm going to pick right now is the EVP. That's a list from WAVDEO. When you hear EVP is not a kind of speaker that is good for outdoor, especially outdoors where we have large numbers of people. Do you know why? Because of these same ratings. EVP is not meant for large crowd. It's just for probably a crowd of 50, maximum 50 numbers of, crowd of 50 people maximum, because of their capacity. Except you are going to double it or probably quadruple it for them to perform for that purpose. But I can tell you for free, their performance, you will not like them. To me, I might not like it because I know it's going to be stressed. Somehow. Now, why did I say this speaker is actually not good for an outdoor use like that, probably, or limited to 50 people? Because of the wattage capacity. EVPS mid-range speakers is just 300 watt. That means if it's going to work maximally, it's going to do 900 or 1002, and you can't be driving at that level for 1 hour. You can only do that, drive 1002 on this speaker just for 5 minutes max, if it's not under too much pressure. Now the full range is rated 700. Even at that, the performance will never be as clear as every other ones. These same ratings is what we talk about here. 700 RMS 1004, 2.5 inches voice coil, 1.5 inches voice coil for high pass filter. All these things are needed to be considered before we lay our hands on. This speaker I'm talking about is not as strong as you think. Now, that is that on this speaker. Now, let me go to Delta. A lot of people know Delta. Delta is one of will I call it, is not an entry point or entry level speaker, but I can call it a mid-level speaker because of its capacity. The EVPs I mentioned the other time, they are entry-level speakers. You cannot drive them the way you would drive the mid-level speakers or the high-level, the premium speakers. I'm not saying they are bad, but the way they are designed is totally different from each other. I don't know why. Let's reason together. I don't know why we have this kind of series of speakers and none of them will carry the same wattage capacity. It doesn't make sense. The EVP is very cheap. And when they say speaker is very, very cheap, like probably 180 to 200,000, you can buy the full range. You know, that kind of, I'm just saying, taking an example. You can't expect that speaker to perform like a speaker you bought 900,000, 750,000 just a pair. 900 to 200,000. You can't expect the performance to be the same. So when you see EVP from Wavdio Pro and they give you one particular price like that, you felt it's cheap, it's good, but you just have to worry, where do you want to use these speakers? Indoor or outdoor? What kind of crowd are you looking at? If you know you have a crowd that is more than 100, like at a go, and you don't really have money, like you don't really have much to buy speakers, if you're going to buy EVP, you have to double or quadruple them for them to perform. But what's the difference? If you are buying two pairs or three pairs of this thing, it's almost the same price of a pair of the Delta. It would have been better you buy Delta one time. And now, what makes Delta different from EVP? Now, the other time we said the speaker for the EVP is a 700 watt and stuff like that. Now let's check for Delta. What makes Delta speaker from Wavdio Delta? One, the design, the finishing is premium. And when you see them, you will want to respect the fact that this speaker is specially built. The build quality from this speaker, from this Delta X and the EVP, are two different designs entirely. And the component, the power capacity, which is the most important, because when you look at the speaker, you see the beauty first, then later you now start asking, okay, what's the configuration of the speaker? Or what's the rating of the speaker? These are the things you start asking. Now, Delta is a very strong speaker. Now, for the 12 inches, it comes with 400 watts RMS, and the 15 inches come with 500 watts RMS, which EVP will never give you. Now, this 15 inches can do 2000 watts peak power capacity that can be driven for 5 minutes, and can give you a whooping 1000 watt programmed. Now, the full range that comes with 1000 watt speaker in it. Imagine, can't compare that to an EVP that comes with 600 to 700 watt speaker capacity. They can't do, that means that EVP can do more than 2800 peak, or probably 1400. But this one is 1000 watt. If it's going to drive at a program, it's going to drive 2000, then 4000 watt at peak power capacity. Now let's judge. What's the power? Which one is going to perform best? Delta. This speaker is super strong. A lot of people have embraced this speaker's performance. Don't forget, this is Irukka's Sound Clinic. We used to talk about professional audio equipment in details. Like we talk about the details of speakers, amplifiers, mixers, and everything for the knowledge of those of us that buy equipment out there. See speakers, and you just want to jump on them just like that. You know what I'm saying? This show is actually for you, pastors or lounge owners, rehearsal or recording studio engineers and stuff like that, and upcoming engineers, this information is very, very, very important. Now, when you have these speakers, this delta, you want to compare the two of them. Put the EVPS one side, put the delta one side, and drive them with them, the same signal. I will tell you, you will see the difference, significant difference in these speakers. One of them that will be obvious if you listen well is the cleanliness, the clarity of the audio coming out from these two speakers. So if you are using them outside, like let's say you stage the two of them outside and you are pushing them hard, you discover that EVPS sound production will be different because of the wattage capacity. And the one from the Delta will be cleaner compared to the EVPS. Now let's go back. Let's go to another of Wavdale series of speakers. Now I'm talking about Focus. Or okay, let me just do Reason. Now this is another speaker entirely. That one, it has this. It doesn't have mid range. It only has a full range and a sub. Okay, that can make it. Let's go. Let's do Focus. Now, this is Focus. It doesn't have full range. It only has mid range speakers and subwoofer. Funny speakers. So if you are looking for full range from Focus series, you can't get it. The same thing applicable to Reason. It doesn't have a mid range. It only has a full range and a sub. This one doesn't have Focus doesn't have full range, but it has mid range. Focus doesn't have mid range, but it has full range. These speakers are premium speakers from Wavdale. Now let's do one or two things. What's it called? A check on this speaker as it is. But before I go do that, let me just go for a little bit commercial and I'll be back. I'll join you soon.
Are you aware that Irukka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wavdale Light Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.irukka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Irukka, never settle for less.
Yes, don't settle for less. This is coming from Irukka to a lot of people listening to this show right now. Don't settle for less. Anywhere you are, in your place of work, at home, with friends, don't settle for less. When you go for the best, you enjoy the benefits of selecting the best. Now, I've been talking about speakers and their ratings and what makes them different from each other. I'm talking about Wavdale series of speakers. I spoke about the VPS. I spoke about the Delta X series. Now I'm talking about the Focus series. Now, this is another series of Wavdale speakers, Focus. Now, what makes it different from Delta? What makes it different from EVPS? We have other series in between this brand. This series I just made mention. I just chose the least, the mid one, and the one of the premium. There's another one, is one of our premium too, is called Reason. But let me use Focus as an example. Now, this Focus is I don't know. I'm going to express it or explain this to you. This speaker surpasses Delta and far surpasses the EVPS. Now, what makes it different? Focus is very strong and very, very durable, can withstand pressure more than Delta. Why? Because of the voice coil size. Delta comes with 3.0 voice coil, 3.0 inch voice coil size. EVBS come with 2.0, 2.5 inches voice coil size. That means a very tiny throat. But Focus come with 4.0 for voice coil size for the low frequency and 3.2 for the high frequency. What is this thing telling us? It's telling us that this speaker can withstand pressure. The voice coil, the size of the coil is bigger compared to every other one, compared to Delta and EVP. 4.0 is not a small sized coil that a speaker should carry. That means it can stand pressure, like serious pressure, and will still work very, very well. Now, the 15 inches of this Focus is 700 watt at RMS. 700 watt at RMS. That means can give you a whooping 2,800 watt peak power capacity. Just like that. But the kind of pressure, the kind of clarity, when we say SPL, signal pressure level, this speaker can handle more, like 138 dB max at 1 meter. It can be so loud, it can be so strong, it can be so durable compared to what Delta or EVPS can do. Now imagine, when you have the speaker outdoor, it will outperform Delta at some point. It will seriously outperform EVPS. They have the same size, the same look, mid-range speakers, everything, but their wattage capacity is different. Their speaker pressure level is different, and the kind of voice coil they carry, they are super different from each other. When you have a tiny voice coil and you have another one that has a bigger voice coil, which one do you think will give way or will break on time? Is the tiny one. And that is one. Another thing that will happen to them is the other one with tiny throats or that tiny size of speaker coil cannot withstand what the one with bigger coil can withstand. It's obviously different. That's why you see them, they come with different prices, with different price tag, different sizes, voice coil sizes, and different performances, pressure level, clarity. The clarity of the speaker is it's outperform every other one. Super clear. When it's super clear, it's super clear, clean, clear, and not distorting. I don't know how much I'm going to explain this, but at least I can tell you this for free. So in case you're out there, you're thinking of, how do I choose my speaker? What speaker should I choose? Where should I use a speaker? What kind of speaker is recommended for this kind of crowd or that kind of crowd? Is it an indoor thing or an outdoor thing? These are the questions you are supposed to ask yourself before you select a speaker. The same thing applicable to your subwoofers. Well, let me generalize these speakers generally. Because if you think, this speaker is sold for 1.2 million, how do I use it? Why can't I buy that one of 500,000 for the same outdoor use? My brother, you are playing. You are playing. When you're making choice of speakers, you need to understand, one, the environment you want to use it. Two, the kind of music you do. Three, the kind of crowd you are expecting, either indoor or outdoor, the kind of your crowd. All these things have to be considered. If we say indoor, we have different kind of indoor. There's some indoors that only have few members or few crowd. There's some indoors that have large crowd. We are talking of crowds of probably 1,000 or 2,000. You can't use a sub of 500,000, 700,000 to drive such a room. You need to look for more rugged and more power draining speakers for such a room. Because music, when people don't feel your speaker, when people can't feel the impact of your sound, there's a way it dulls the moment. If you're looking for sound If you want to buy sound, buy sound. Don't just buy because it's cheap. No, if it's cheap, you are either be making a mistake, because crowd, room, the environment in that room and outdoor stuff, all those things have to be put into consideration. Yeah, my time is fast spent. I still have like 1 or 2 minutes things to say about this speaker. Now let's go for the WLA. Everybody know line array system is extremely for outdoor use, but there's some other kind of line array that can be used for indoors. Now, like I said, indoor pass indoor. If you know your crowd is just 100, 150, depending on the height of your church and stuff, a lot of things that need to be looked at when you're choosing your speakers. Your venue, indoor, is it small or big? If your indoor can take like 1,000, yeah, you can buy a speaker that can be used outdoor. Yeah, it depends. And in case you are doing an outdoor show, don't go and buy cheap speakers for that same purpose. As long as it's outdoor and you're having crowds more than 500, 600, 700, don't go and use EVP. Because I will tell you for free, even if you buy it now, you fry it now. By the time you start driving it, that one is for free. You buy it now, you fry it now for that kind of a show. Don't misquote me. My time is fast spent. I need to leave the show right now. And I believe one way or the other, you've actually gained a lot from this show. And in case you are there, you're asking, Irukka Online Limited, where are we located? We are not far from you. We are at number 36 National Airport Road, beside Airport Going to the Hotel. That's where we are located. Please, you can come in, you can drive in, window shopping, sightseeing. Come and give yourself a look at what we have in there. And you understand? Can make your choice, place your order, and we can as well contact us on our website www.irukka.com. I repeat, www.irukka.com. You can contact us there on our website, and you can as well place your order, and we get your product down to your location wherever you are across the state of Nigeria, as long as your address is right. If it's not right, well, probably keep parabolating, but I wouldn't want us to do that, I wouldn't want us to do that. All right. I need to go out of this place right now. Today is Friday. Enjoy your wonderful week. Enjoy a wonderful time with a friend. And good evening, everybody.
This is Sound Clinic with
Irukka. Sound Clinic with Irukka.
Oh my God!
Sound Clinic.
on Voice of the People 90.3 FM.